treasonous acts since 1000 BC in Iran. And it's not a joke, it's horrible. Knowing this family, and they're actually here in United States working with American closely to make sure that the globalist agenda would take place in Iran. The other day I was just watching something on C-SPAN, and one of them is a lady, actually was among Americans, and I couldn't believe. But anyways, let's move on. That is very interesting, that just clip that you saw about Brzezinski, and how people around the world woke up, how they realized that what is the globalist agenda, and how they are taking back their rights through demonstration, through protests, and through passing the words, and that made the treasonous Brzezinski a little bit troubled, and he confessed that. There is another clip about he being troubled of the global awakening, and I just wanted to mention that this part that he actually echoes his concern about global awakening is a part of long speech that he had in Canada. I found that clip, but for some reasons it has been deleted, so I couldn't really show you the whole speech. But Michael Tessarian has a commentary on that, so let's take a look at that clip together. If that clip is ready, please run that clip for us.
And never forgetting also that there is this other unseen hand that knows absolutely what consciousness is, who are experts in that fact. You're walking around couldn't care less. You're waiting for the next movie to come out and the next fashion and all that, what Hollywood's going to do next. But there's people there who have a thorough understanding of human consciousness, human psyche, human libido, and they're working on it 24/7 to feather their own nests and also to keep man in servitude, man whom they think is their creation. You know, they think of man as just being one of their own, you know, like somebody treats a pet. If you actually watch how people mostly treat their pets, you know, when you really watch it, you'll find that the pet is a slave. Well, we have people ruling this society who think of human beings as pets and slaves. Yeah, they provide you with some food and they take you for a walk now and again, you know, but they basically you are a pet, and you'll be told where to sit and where to go and what to do. That should be obvious to people by now. But these individuals don't really have any fear of us. Well, they do have fear of us to the extent that they know if we were awakened what we could do.
I'm deeply troubled that a very vague, emotionally stated, semi-theologically defined diagnosis of the central global menace is obscuring our national ability to comprehend the historically unprecedented challenge which is being posed in our time by a massive global political awakening, and thus is obstructing our ability to deal effectively with the global political turmoil that this awakening is generating.
So their motive of why they would want to dumb down people is also highly practical. Remember, these people are very, very practical. They may be evil, but they're also very practical. They know that you don't want a mass of intelligent, free-thinking, self-aware, proactive, deeply concerned, spiritually empowered people. That's the worst threat that they can imagine. So it's very practical for them to keep people, you know, what do they call it? One leash for one neck. Everybody in a complete sense of consent, with the illusion that they're independent. It doesn't work without that. So it says here, there's an interesting caption that says, "Here stands the new man. His conception of reality is a dance of electronic images fired into his forebrain, a gossamer construction of his masters designed so that he will not under any circumstances perceive the actual or the real. His happiness is delivered to him through a tube or an electronic connection. His God lurks behind an electronic curtain. And when the curtain is pulled away, we find the CIA sorcerer and the media manipulator. Jim Keith, Mind Control, Mass Control, just one of the fine books on, you know, the manipulation of consciousness that he did before he sadly basically was killed, you know. Yeah, he was one of the people, I think, one of few who understood that the real war is a war on consciousness.
Welcome back. You're watching The Echo on TV on Channel 4. My name is Kiomars Kiani, your host tonight, and with me are wonderful people. Jennifer on my left, and on my right is Derek. And they both are fantastic political scholars. And but no, I'm serious. What you just saw is Brzezinski's concern about the global awakening, and that is because we are spreading the wars, and that is because they have been yelled at, and that is because, like for instance tonight, our people, the 9/11 truthers, went there and let Jeb Bush know, hey, you know, we are not asleep like others, and others would wake up sooner or later. We have to. There is no.
You just gotta love Jeb Bush.
Huh?
I was just saying, you gotta love Jeb Bush.
Yeah,
Martial law.
I do love him.
Declaring martial law in
Yeah,
Florida
but my love is
2 weeks early or something.
yeah, my love is a tough love though. Probably gonna spank him or something, like, you know, just like the mother tough love. But anyway, the next segment, as you know, by now our show would be over, but the next segment of The Echo will be about 9/11.
Can I say two other things real quick?
Absolutely.
About the Brzezinski clip. He definitely, you know, like, okay, the Rockefeller was like thanking the New York Times, or no, the Washington Post, for covering for them for so many years so that they could do their plans.
New York Times too.
Yeah, and now, you know, the people that ran those papers were, you know, Bilderberg Mint people. But, you know, I mean, the Brzezinski, you know, went in front of the Trilateral Commission. That's where they got that video from, you know, with the blue background that said Trilateral Commission.
Yeah.
And it said, you know, oh, you know, our plan is really, you know, going down the tubes it's because of the alternative media, you know, coming out and blasting it.
Yeah.
And there was one other thing I wanted to say about the Blackwater and Afghanistan is Karzai's accused Blackwater of conducting some of the terrorism, and you know that's the whole new thing about war is it's not where two armies go up against each other. It's political, financial, psychological, and you know, just like Iran and Iraq, you know, the Western powers had you guys duke it out between yourself for absolutely nothing.
Exactly, that was a stage war, 8-year stage war, and I can remember because back then actually I had to go and join the army.
And how many people estimated that kill on both sides?
At least 2 million people.
I was thinking 1 million.
Yeah.
I was wrong by
that. They never officially say 1 million Iranian side and like maybe 1 million Iraqi side, but we know that at least 2 million people altogether died in that war. But I remember that there were times that we could have invaded Iraq entirely, but the generals and main officers were not encouraged actually, but the plan was, they put them on halt. They couldn't even go any further, and they were surprised. Like, at first they were kind of surprised what's going on, but after a while they realized, oh, that's, I guess the plan is just go back and forth at the border, and nobody would be the real winner of this war.
Really? That's very interesting.
Yeah, that was...
It sounds like the normal strategy.
Yeah, that was one of the things. And
like in Vietnam, they wouldn't let them hit the missile sites until they
exactly,
were
the missile
operational,
sites, yeah.
or they wouldn't let them hit, key military targets without express authorization from above. And it's like, okay, so
just meant to be ongoing, in other words.
Yeah,
yeah,
sustain the
war. Just enough so that they can tit for tat back and forth.
Yeah, and that was. But then after coming to United States, I saw an Iraqi person. He became my best friend, and not best friend, but one of the best friends. And I realized he was in the same war. I wonder if we shot at each other. I don't know. Maybe we did. But that's a shame, because we were just friends. We didn't have any problem with each other. But the globalists make us enemy, and make us enemy of each other. And globalists actually want us to fight with each other, like black and white, or I don't know, people who are straight or gay or whatever, like keep fighting with each other, and they.
It was like Brzezinski said to those people: "See that land beyond that mountains? That's your land," you know. And it's like the globalists will promise anybody anything to get them motivated for their cause.
Yes, very true. So the usual echo part supposed to be finished like 3 minutes ago. So now we start actually the 9/11 conspiracy part, which is not the conspiracy anymore. Lots of people have waken up, and it's a matter of just re-examining the documents, re-examining the truth, what really happened on that day. Once again, thank you guys for being there, for being in northern Kentucky and yelling at Jeb Bush. But we are going to continue with our show. You're watching The Echo on Channel 4. There is a clip on this, clip number 1 of the second part of the show. If that is ready, please roll it for us. It's about 9/11 and what happened on that day.
As if a demolition team set off when you see the old demolitions of these old buildings.
It looks like one of those scenes of an old building being purposely dynamited and blown up.
Anybody who's ever watched a building being demolished on purpose knows that if you're going to do this, you have to get at the under-infrastructure of a building and bring it down.
The way the structure is collapsing, this was the result of something that was planned. It's not accidental that the first tower just happened to collapse and then the second tower just happened to collapse in exactly the same way. How they accomplished this, we don't know.
The building collapsed to dust. You don't find a desk.